Hello dear students, I welcome you all in the marketing session of Sales and Retail Management KMB MK01. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss salesmanship and sales manager. These are the learning objective of today's lecture: definition of salesmanship, features of salesmanship, qualitative objectives of salesmanship, quantitative objectives of salesmanship, sales manager and its key role. Now, what actually the sales manager is and what actually the salesmanship is? Salesmanship, according to the National Association of Marketing Teachers of America, salesmanship is the ability to persuade people to buy goods or services at a profit to the seller and with benefit to the buyer. Now, what you have to do being a sales manager, that you need to persuade the customer, you need to motivate the customer, you need to educate the customer so that they can buy your product and your organization can buy profit from the customer. As per the Peterson and Wright, salesmanship is the process whereby the seller ascertains and activates the needs and wants of the buyer and satisfy these needs and wants to the mutual continuous advantage to the buyer and the seller. So, what you need to understand that you have to identify needs and wants of the customer. Once you are able to understand what actually the customer is trying to get from you, then you can easily sell out the customer. Now, before going to the market, what you have to do? You have to understand the customer psychology. And if you better understand the customer psychology, then you can easily sell out the product to the customer. Now, how you can understand the customer psychology? While interacting with the customer, while involving in the personal communication, while involving in the face to face communication, you can easily identify what actually customer is trying to get from your pocket. So, sales manager have lots of responsibility on his shoulder, or you may say it is the biggest responsibility of the company which sales manager or salesman is shouldering, because what they are doing, they are increasing the revenues of the company so that company can get smooth functioning in the market. Now, the features of the salesmanship. The first feature of the salesmanship is personal selling and its oldest forms of selling. It is the oldest forms of selling. Now, here what you are doing, that you are involving the personal communication with the buyer, you are trying to motivate buyer so that you can easily sell out product to the customer. Look at the 100 years or 200 years or 1000 years back. At that time, the small ferry wala used to go door to door and they just try to motivate customer to buy their product. Now, in today's scenario, the things has already been changed. Earlier, they used to have one small portly in their shoulder, and from there they can show product to the customer. But nowadays, what you have? You have laptop, you have mobile phone, you have other electronic gadgets, so that you can easily demonstrate product to the customer. So, what is your responsibility? That you have to motivate customer to buy your product. Second, it is the most important form of promotional mix. See, if you are talking about the marketing, in marketing there are the 5 things which are very important. First one is the advertisement, second one is the sales promotion, third one is the personal selling, fourth one is the public relation, and fifth one is the publicity. So, when you are talking about the promotion, promotion is the one of the P's of 4 P's in the market. If you are talking about the 4 P's in the market, that is product, price, promotion and place. So, when you are talking about the promotional mix, means you are using advertisement, you are using various forms of the advertisement, you are using various medium of the advertisement, so that you can easily sell out product to the customer. Before going to the customer's doorstep, what you have to do, that you have to advertise your product before going to the customer, so that you can easily sell out product to the customer. Then third, it is the art of selling a product or services. See, it is all about the art. Why it is an art? Because when you are going to the customer's doorstep, at that time you have to identify what customer actually want from you. If you are able to identify customer needs and wants, then only you will be able to sell your product to the customer. But if you are not able to identify customer needs and wants, then it would be a Herculean task for you that how you would sell product to the customer. So, you have to sell your product to the customer by providing the best services to the customer. If the services are not good, then customer will not buy your product or customer will not avail your services. It involves direct and personal contact with the buyer. So, what you are doing, that you are directly reaching to the buyer, you are personally involving with the interaction with the buyer, and you are trying to motivate buyer to buy your product. There is a one huge advantage when you are directly talking to a customer. What is that advantage? The advantage is that when you are having face to face interaction with the customer, at that time you can have eye contact with the customer, and once you are having the eye contact with the customer, you can easily read out what's going on inside their mind. If something is fishy in customer's mind, then what you have to do, that you have to identify that thing and you have to satisfy then and there to the customer. If objection will remain in the customer's mind, then customer will not buy your product. So, what you have to do, that you have to properly handle the objections so that you can easily sell out product to the customer. It is a creative art. Why it is a creative art? Because when you are involving in the personal selling, at that time what you are doing, that you are just talking to the customer. You are showing your laptop, you are showing your folders, you are showing your mobile phone, you are showing the PPTs, you are demonstrating your product physically to the customer. So, customer is just looking at your product, and there are so many questions would be in the mind of the customer. So, what you have to do, that you have to identify that what are those questions, and once you have identified the questions of the customer, so you should be ready with the answers of those questions. What, when, where, how, who. If these are the questions is answered by you properly, then you can easily sell out product to the customer. Then, to be very effective, salesmanship also has carried on continuously to perpetuate the demand created once. So, once you have created the demand, what you do, that you have to continuously create the demand. You are not making customer for one time, that you should keep in your mind, that you are making customer for lifelong. So, demand should continuously there in the mind of the customer. Now, what is your responsibility being a sales manager? What is your responsibility being a salesmanship? That you have to convert this customer into a profitable customer. If you are able to convert this customer into a profitable customer, then you can get more profit from the customer. Now, look at the example. Suppose if you are dealing a banking products and you went to the customer for selling the credit card. You sold a credit card to the customer. While talking to the customer, you identify that customer want more things from you, and he is also interested in home loan, he is also interested in vehicle loan. So, there are the two products which you can sell out to the customer. So, what you can do, that you will try to convince the customer that our company is the best company, and you can also avail other features, you can also avail other services and the product. So, this way you can convert this one normal customer to a huge profitable customer, and this way you can get more profit from the customer's pocket. Salesmanship basically aims at selling a product. There is nothing important to sell a product to the customer. So, what you have to do, that you have to sell product to the customer, and it is your primarily objective, it is your basic objective that how you would sell product to the customer. And always keep this thing in your mind that if you are going to the customer's doorstep, or customer is coming to your shop, or customer is coming at your premises, then you should keep this thing in mind that customer should buy this product anyhow. But don't forget that you should be ethical enough, you should not forget your values, you should not forget company's values, and while binding or such thing, you can easily sell out product to the customer. So, this is how you can sell, this is how you can sell product to the customer being a salesman or being a sales manager. It is an educative process. When you are talking about the educative process, means that you are giving information. When you are talking about the education, means you are giving information to the customer. You are making aware about customer about all such things. Suppose if you are selling a water purifier to the customer, then first step that you will reach to the customer doorstep, then after that you will take the sample of the water from the customer house, you will go for the experiment and testing of the water, you will identify that whether water is polluted or not. Now, you will also tell, meanwhile you will also tell to the customer that what is the polluted water, how you can say that this water is a polluted water. So, what you need to understand that you have to tell all the chemical compositions of the waters, all the minerals of the waters, all adulterated things which has already added into the waters because of the pollutions, you can also make aware to the customer about all such things. So, it is a educative process. One more example, suppose if the customer is going to the market for buying a mobile phone, then you will have to tell to the customer that how this mobile phone will work, what is the screen size, what is the processor, what is the company, and how you can work on this mobile phone, how this mobile phone will be more efficient for you. So, this is how it is a educative process. Then the objective of the salesmanship, to create demand for a new product. The basic objective of salesmanship is to create a demand of a new product. If you have a new product in your hand, so first of all what you have to do, that you have to create demand in the mind of the customer. Once the demand is there in the mind of the customer, then customer will definitely buy your product. Suppose if there is a product like Nycil powder. Now, Nycil powder which is very well working in the itching, and especially in the rainy season or especially in the summer. Now, what you will do, that you will just try to motivate customers, or if you are having some itching problem and other thing, then you can use the Nycil powder. On the other way, you can also take the example of the juicer, mixer and grinder. So, what you have to do, that you have to motivate customer in such a way, so that customer will buy your product. So, generating the demand and creating the demand in the mind of the customer is far most important as far as selling is concerned. So, when you are selling a product to the customer, at that time you should always create demand in the mind of the customer. Second point, that is to maintain and also expand demand for an existing product. So, what you have to do, that you have to maintain the demand of the existing product. If you have already sold out product to the customer, your duty is not over. Actually, selling start after selling the product. Once you sell out product to the customer, at that time what you do, that you have to convert this customer into the profitable customer. Now, how you can convert this customer to the profitable customer? While selling some other products. And if you are able to sell some other product to the customer, then only you will be happiest person in the market, so that customer will be converted in as the profitable customer. Then third one, to guide the buyer in the proper selection of the goods. Now look at the scenario of the shopping mall, look at the scenario of the garment store where you are quite perplexed, you are not able to take decisions that which cloth you should buy. At the time one sales girl come and they just help you, sir, this is the best suitable cloth, you can buy it. Now what you are doing, that you are getting information from that sales girl. So once you are getting information from that sales girl, then at that time you make your decision firm and finally you buy the product. So sometime what happen that we see lots of product on the table, on the counter, at that time we are not able to take the decision. So what you have to do, that you have to take decisions, but if somebody is helping you, that also can guide you to buy the product. So guiding is also important when you are talking the salesmanship. Then to build up goodwill and reputation for the seller. Now this is the important thing you need to understand. Once you are able to maintain the goodwill of the company, you can easily sell out product to the customer. So what you have to do, that you have to maintain the rapport, you have to maintain the goodwill, so that you can sell out product to the customer. Now the qualitative or long term objective of salesmanship. So there are certain qualitative and long term objective to undertake to do the entire selling activities. So what you have to do, that you have to do the entire selling activities. You have to do each and everything. What is the each and everything? That first of all you have to find out the prospect, you have to generate the lead, you have to find out the qualified prospect in the market, you will directly involve in the personal selling process, you will be involved in the following up of the customer, you will be involving in the feedback of the customer. It means from generation of a lead to the satisfaction of the customer, it is all your work. Nobody is going to help you out. So what you have to do, that you have to identify customer, and before identify the customer you have to create demand in the market by different advertising activity. You can give feedback to the company, so this kind of advertisement will create good impact in the customer's mind, and customer will definitely buy our product. So this is how you can do things in the market to serve the existing customer. Now once you have sold your product to the customer, your duty is not over. Because what happens, sometime if customer is facing some problem, then you need to understand, if the problem is not sorted out by you, then you may lose one customer. Suppose if I bought a laptop and I have some problem in running the laptop, and the laptop salesman is not coming to my house to tell me that how I can resolve the problem. So next time I will not buy, and I will not buy the same company's product. So that is how you need to understand, that how you can motivate customer to buy your product. Then to convert some of the new prospects into the long term customer. As I told you earlier, this thing, that you have to convert customer into the profitable customer. Once you have sold out one product to the customer, you have to sell other things to customer. You have to sell other products of the companies to the customer. So this is your responsibility, that you need to identify whether this customer can be converted to a profitable customer or not, and if it is converted into a profitable customer, then you can sell other products to the customer. Customer has bought laptop from your shop, he may buy a printer from your shop, he may buy a computer table from your shop, he may buy web camera from your shop, he may buy a web camera stand from your shop. So that is, you need to understand that you have to convert this customer to the profitable customer. To regularly inform the customer, if new product is there, if some new product is there, then what you have to do, that you have to regularly inform to the customer. Now today is the age of the wellness industry. Look at the wellness industry. If you are talking about the wellness coach, then they regularly calling to the customer, they just trying to ask them, sir, you are taking my product, is there any problem? If problem is there, then you will try to sort out the problem. Otherwise, what would happen, that customer will continue the product, and if once he faces the problem and you are not giving the proper response, then customer may discontinue your product. So, you need to understand that every time you have to inform customer about the new things, every time you have to inform about the things which are very necessary for the customer, because customer is not aware about the product, that how they can use the product. To coordinate with distribution channel members. So, that is how you have to understand that how you can coordinate with the distribution channel of the customer. To collect information from the stakeholders. So, you have to identify how you can collect information from the distribution channel, how you can collect information from your retailer, wholesalers and distributors. Look at the like pharma industry. In pharma industry, it will start from the retailer, then wholesaler, then distributor, then C&F. If you are a MR, medical representative, then what you will do, that you will get information from all these middlemen and you will give feedback to the company. So, that is how you can collect information from your stakeholders. Stakeholders are the persons who are directly or indirectly associated with the company. Now, the quantitative or short term objective of salesmanship. So, you have to understand what are the short term objective, to obtain orders and execute them to the satisfaction of the customer. So, you have to get order from the customer and you have to satisfy them, so that they would be the most happiest person in the entire world. So, basically your main objective, your primary objective, to get order from the customer, to meet sales target. Now, this is a very important thing for a sales manager. If you have been selected as a sales manager, if you have been selected as a salesman or sales executive, then you have to achieve targets. If you are not achieving the targets, then you will be out of the box. So, do not behave like a new kids in the block. You have to work, you have to find out customer, and you have to achieve sales target given by the company in your sales territory. If you are not achieving the sales target, then you will be out of the box and you may be fired anytime from the company, because company is paying you handsome salary, you are well educated, you are MBA student and you have been selected in a multinational company. So, what you have to do, that you have to achieve your sales target. If you are not achieving the sales target, then you may be fired anytime from the company. To maintain present accounts and add new customer. So, some existing customers are there, but what is your responsibility? To find out new customer in the market, and once you are finding out new customer in the market, then only you will be the happiest person. Otherwise, what would happen, that customer will move to the another product, customer will move to the another company's product and they will not continue your product. So, what you have to do, that you have to find new product. Sometimes what happens, that customer is buying your product and once he get bored from your product, then what he will do, he will try another product, and this is the basic activity of the customer in the market. That is the basic psychology of the customer in the market, that customer always want new product in the market. So, you try to find out new customer in the market. You should not rely more on your existing customer. You should try to find out new avenues for your product. You should try to find out new customer in the market. To maintain market share and competitive edge. Try to get market share as much as possible and try to get competitive advantage from other competitors company. If you are getting competitors advantage, then it's okay for your company and you will get more customer in the market. To achieve sales volume and satisfies company's product mix norms. So, what you have to do, that you have to achieve sales volume, you have to achieve, you have to maintain the company's product mix norms. Means you are not selling a one product to the customer, you are selling a various product to the customer, and this way you can more satisfy to the customer. To submit sales report regularly as per the company's policies. So, what you have to do, there is a DSR, daily sales report, there is a WSR, weekly sales report, there is a MSR, monthly sales report, there is a QSR, quarterly sales report, there is a half yearly sales report, and there is a ASR, annual sales report. है ना. At the starting of the year you will get the sales target. Now how you will going to achieve, you will be going to achieve this sales target, that you have to make a plan and you will do in the market to achieve certain things from the customer, or you do things in the market. So this is how you will try to get certain things in the market. Then the sales manager. Sales manager is the person responsible for the leading and coaching the team of a sales people. So he is the person who will mentoring the sales team. The sales manager tasks often include assigning sales territory. So you have to give a sales territory to the sales persons, setting up quotas, you will give quotas to the sales person, mentoring and members of our sales team, assigning the sales training. You will be also involving in the sales training, and this way you can maintain your sales in the market, building a sales plan and hiring and firing sales people. So what you are doing, that you are building a sales plan, you are hiring the people, you are firing the people. Those who are working good, you can hire them. Those who are not working good, you can fire them. You can find out new sales teams in the market. You can find out new sales manager in the market. So this is how you can do in the market. A sales manager is to simultaneously plays other role. People manager recruit, build and nurture a team. So you will recruit, you will build and you will nurture the team. Customer manager strategically foster the customer engagement. So you will be more involved in the customer policies. Business manager steer the business. So you will look at the business and you will try to develop your business in the market. Now typically the characteristic skills and trait of a sales manager include communication skill. So communication skill is very important for you. What you have to do, that you have to properly communicate the sales customer, so that you can motivate customers, so that you can sell more product to the customer. If you are not communicating properly, then customer will not buy your product. So this is how you are doing in the market. This is how you are telling to the customer that your product is the best product in the market. Integrity and the trust. So you have to show your integrity, you have to show your trust to the customer. If you deceive the customer, customer will not buy your product. Always remember this thing, that you should be ethically so strong when you are going to the customer. You should not tell those things which are not fruitful to the customer. You should not tell those things which are harmless to the customer. If your product is harming to the customer, suppose if you are involving in the wellness industry and you are selling a product to the customer, although you are achieving the targets, but you cannot achieve target for the sake of the life of the customer. The targets can only be achieved when you are selling a good product, when you are selling a product by which the customer can be motivated and customer can also bring new customers in your pocket. Ability to build relationship with peers. So you have to maintain the relationship, as I told you earlier. If you are not maintaining the relationship with your peers, then you cannot develop trust amongst your peers. So what you have to do, that you have to tell your peers that together we can win and together we can lose. So what you have to do, that you have to build a relationship with your peers. You have to build a strong relationship. If you are giving order to a peer, the peer should not disobey your order. So that is how you have to do, that is how you have to do in the market, so that you can get new customer in the market. Empathy and ability to understand the customer. Putting your feet in the customer's shoes is the empathy. Empathy means that what you are feeling actually if you are using the product. Once you know that this product is not useful, this product is no good product, then how you can sell this product to the customer? That is the empathy. Ability to unite a team. So you have to build a team so that that team can sell your product in the market. Then analytical skills. So you have a certain data in your hand, so that you can analyze the data and you can sell this product to the customer. Ability to prioritize and effective manage team. So what you have to do, that you have to prioritize the thing, you have to manage your team so that your team can sell this product to the customer. If you are not selling the things to the customer, then it cannot be achieve your target in the market. So you need to understand that how you can achieve the target in the market. You need to understand how you can create demand in the mind of the customer, and this way you can easily achieve your target in the market. So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you very much.